You know, I have been opposed to this for many reasons. I've been talking about the dangers of this irresponsible legalization of recreational marijuana since my time as a county executive, because I see firsthand county governments especially are on the front lines. But as a business owner, I pointed out just in a few questions the dangers that the state is now going to be sanctioning. The state is now going to sanction some horrible, unpredictable risks on behalf of every small business owner here in New York State, particularly those in the hospitality industry that have to already deal with these issues, and now it is going to be state-sanctioned. Our job here is to ignore the noise, ignore the political leanings of one way or another, ignore what is often special interests speaking loudly that don't necessarily speak on behalf of everyone, and try to craft good legislation that's in the best interest of New Yorkers as a whole. So while I understand that there are many New Yorkers who think that we need to do this, but I don't believe this is the way to do it. I mean, let's look at the comparison that I made before about a licensed alcohol establishment and a licensed cannabis. If you are a convicted felon, you are essentially barred from operating a licensed establishment that serves alcohol. But if you're a convicted felon, you go to the front of the line to get a cannabis license. How is that fair and equitable? How is that right? How is that protecting the best interests of the people of New York State? We've made great strides when it's come to drunk driving. It's taken 30 painful years, if not longer, to get to where we are right now, which is a greatly reduced amount of deaths on our roadways due to alcohol. But now, we're about to take a tremendous step backwards. Because with alcohol, the key was strict enforcement. People know that if you have too much to drink and you get behind the wheel and you get pulled over, you're going to be arrested. Your car is going to be impounded. You're going to go to the police station. You're going to have to make an embarrassing phone call for someone to help bail you out. Then it's going to cost you thousands of dollars. You're going to lose your license for sometimes years. That's how we got to where we are. Contrast that with what we're about to do. This bill says that if you get pulled over and you're stoned while driving, but you haven't caused an accident yet, the police essentially can't do anything. We are saying, the state is saying, you have to cause injury or death before we can do something about you driving stoned. That's what the state is about to pass if this bill passes today. How many times do we say in this chamber, if this law only saves just one life, we should do it? Ladies and gentlemen, this bill, as it stands, is going to cost hundreds, if not thousands, of the lives of New Yorkers. So we can sit here and justify it, we can talk about data, but the reality is we know what's going to happen. We know that we set the bar much lower. We know that we're telling people that it's going to be okay to drive stoned. That's okay. And we're going to go back to the days 30, 40 years ago where people died needlessly as a result of bad enforcement. We are handcuffing our police officers. We're going to make the jobs of our local public health officials more difficult. We're going to have more issues with child protective services. All those other things that happen when you do something like this and you haven't taken those things into consideration. So, as a result, I'm going to say that while I think there are good intentions here, at the end of the day, we have a responsibility to protect New Yorkers. And we are sanctioning irresponsible behavior today. And when the time comes, I'll be voting no. Thank you.